Hey guys, today we're going to learn about functions. A function assigns exactly one output to each input. The value that is put into a function is the input and the result is the output. Input is X, output is Y. When trying to figure out if a situation is a function or not, basically what you need to remember is that for a function, X cannot repeat itself. So let's look at a few of the examples. This table here is a function. If you look at the X values, they go from 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I don't see anywhere right here where X is repeating itself. Now, if you look at the output, I notice that a Y value, 15 and 15, it does repeat itself, and that is okay, as long as an X value does not repeat itself. Now this table right here over on the right side is not a function. So we're going to look and see where my and X value repeat itself. So I see a 5 here, here, and here. Because 5 for the X's showed up more than once, this is an example that is not a function. Okay, let's look at the graphs next. To decide whether a graph has X values that repeat themselves or not, we're going to do something called the vertical line test. The vertical line test is where you draw an imaginary line anywhere on the graph, and it's only allowed to hit one point of that graph. So like this one on the left side, no matter where I draw an imaginary line, it's only ever going to hit one of the dots. So this is a function. X does not repeat itself. Now on this graph to the right, if you notice, if I draw a line, it's going to hit in two spots, here and here. This means that the X values are repeating themselves, and the vertical line test does not pass. So this one is not a function. Now we're going to look at something called mapping. It's basically like a table except using arrows. So for example, input of 1 goes to 2. Input of 2 goes to 9. 3 goes to 7, and 4 goes to 2. These input values are only going to one output, so the input is not repeating itself, so this one is a function. Now let's look at the one to the right. 3 is going to 4, and it's going to 9. Because 3 is going to two different numbers, the 3 is having to repeat itself. 3, 4, 3, 9. That can't happen for it to be a function, so this is why this one is not a function. Okay guys, that's kind of the gist of understanding functions. The main thing you need to remember is that for a function, X cannot repeat itself. Whether you're looking at a table and the input values and checking to make sure does X ever repeat, or for a graph where you're doing the vertical line test, and so if it hits at two different spots, that's not a function. And then for the mapping, just making sure that the input is only going to one number and not two numbers like the 3 is. Thanks for watching.